He said it like it explained everything. Not gay, just curious. I should have laughed. I should have walked away. But curiosity, as it turns out, doesn't come with breaks. He stayed. The night stretched long, quiet, and electric. There was something in the way he leaned into the sofa, the way his shoulder brushed mine, that made my pulse spike. Not casual, not innocent, not just curious. Every look, every pause, every breath between us was loud. You sure about that? I asked, voice low, almost teasing. He smirked, tilting his head like he had a secret I wasn't supposed to know. About what? About being curious. He chuckled, short, sharp, almost dangerous. Curious, he repeated. Yeah, that's all. But the heat rolling off him betrayed him. The way his eyes darkened when I moved closer. The way he didn't flinch when my hand brushed his arm. Curious didn't move like that. Curious didn't stay pressed to you, lingering, testing the air between bodies, daring you to act. I leaned in, close enough for him to feel the weight of me, the tension, the chaos simmering. His breath caught. I knew it. He knew it. And neither of us said a word. Minutes passed like hours. The air between us thick, charged. And when he finally shifted closer, pressing into me, smirk tugging at his lips, well, curiosity had a way of swallowing rules. He wasn't just curious. He stayed the night because he wanted it, because the night made it impossible to pretend otherwise. And I didn't stop him. He didn't move away. Not when I edged closer, not when my hand brushed his. He just stayed there, smirk teasing, chest rising and falling fast in the calm he tried to sell. Curious, huh? I murmured, letting my voice drop, letting it linger like a dare. Yeah, he said, almost casual, but his fingers flexed at his sides, subtle, betraying him. Just curious. I laughed softly, low, because that word was already meaningless. Curious didn't press back, didn't lean in, didn't let his thigh brush mine in the dark. Curious didn't stay, heartbeat loud, staring at you like the line between control and surrender had dissolved. I shifted closer, letting my forehead brush his. He didn't pull back, didn't flinch, not even when my hand slid just a little too close, testing boundaries, daring him to react. You sure about this? I whispered, barely audible. He swallowed, eyes dark, lips parting slightly. Yeah, he admitted, voice rough, almost desperate. I want to see. Curiosity. Right. And that was all it took. The walls came down in an instant, his weight pressed into mine. His hands finding me like they belonged there, like he'd been holding back just to see if I'd push first. The night became a storm. Quiet outside, chaos between us. Not gentle, not careful. Just reckless, messy, raw. Every brush of skin, every touch, every stolen breath was a spark. Feeding fire we both refused to name. Not gay, he muttered again, voice low, rough. Just curious. I laughed, ragged, wild. Curious stays the night, huh? And he smirked because he knew. Neither of us were stopping, and curiosity was just the excuse we used to justify what we both desperately wanted. The night stretched on, unrelenting, until the air itself seemed to burn with us. He didn't pull away, not even when I leaned fully into him, letting my hand rest against his chest, feeling the rapid thrum of his heartbeat under my fingers. The heat of him was overwhelming, intoxicating, and I realized that curiosity wasn't what had brought him here. It was need, raw, undeniable need. Curious, I whispered back, letting the word drip with irony, amusement, and challenge. Yeah, curious. His laugh was low, ragged, and it sent a shiver down my spine. He tilted his head, brushing his lips along mine, slow at first, teasing, testing. Then, almost suddenly, his mouth claimed mine, firm, insistent, like he'd been rehearsing this moment in secret for years. My hands tangled in his hair, pulling him closer as the kiss deepened, heat rolling off him in waves that made me ache to feel more. We pressed together, bodies melding in the dark. His hands roamed freely, bold and unrestrained, tracing the line of my shoulders, down my arms, daring me to respond. I did. I pressed back, letting him feel my need, letting him know I wouldn't stop him. Not gay, he murmured against my lips, voice rough, breath hitching. Not that it matters, I whispered back, teeth grazing his lower lip, tongue brushing briefly against his in a teasing, heated dance. He groaned, low and guttural, hands gripping me tighter, pulling me flush against him. Every nerve in my body ignited, every breath ragged. There was no room for hesitation now. Curiosity was long gone, replaced by raw, feral hunger. The sofa beneath us creaked. The small room shrunk around the heat we created. Our movements were unplanned, chaotic, each touch an explosion of sensation. His lips moved along my neck, teeth grazing, tongue teasing, leaving trails of fire in his wake. My fingers traced the tension in his back, memorizing every ridge of muscle, every tremor that betrayed him. He laughed again, breathless, leaning back just enough to look at me with dark, dangerous eyes. "You feel that?" he asked, voice low, rasping. "You feel this?" "Yes," I gasped, tilting my head into his shoulder. "Every damn bit." And with that, the last barrier shattered. He pressed into me again, urgent, unrelenting, our bodies moving together in a rhythm we didn't need words to understand. The night was ours, messy, unrestrained, unforgettable. Every brush of skin, every whispered name, every shiver and groan carved the truth into us. Neither of us will forget this night. Hours later, when we finally slowed, spent and trembling, he lay against me, chest rising and falling, arms wrapped around me like he was trying to memorize my shape. His fingers traced absent lines over my skin, soft now, lingering, almost tender. "Curious," he whispered again, voice low, breathless, as if saying it aloud made it true. I chuckled, leaning my forehead against his. "Yeah, curious who stayed the night," I murmured. He smiled, eyes closed in content, still pressed close. And I knew, deep down, that the night had changed everything. Not gay, not just curious. Just us, caught in a fire we weren't trying to name, and never wanted to let go.